How's everybody doing this morning? It's Ryan with Destination Brevard, coming to you from downtown Melbourne. And today, the topic is parking in downtown Melbourne. So I'm going to take you to 4 different spots in downtown right now and show you where you can park. Then it's up to you whether you come down here or not. So let's go check them out. All right, for our first stop today, we're on New Haven Avenue in downtown. We're kind of towards the west end of downtown just because I know it's already packed down at the east end and in the middle of downtown. So I figured I'd stop here at Harvest Time Kitchen, and this is a good spot to set up because it actually will lead me into my next spot. So you're facing east that way on New Haven, and if you've driven through downtown, you know on the south side of the road there's parallel parking all the way down, and on the north side of the road there's angled parking all the way down. So there's a bunch of spots down here. They do fill up. Those are the first ones to fill up. And if New Haven is pretty full, at least in the heart of downtown, you can always come down here, and there's usually spots down here. You just have to walk a little bit. It's really, if you look at where we're at right now. So Sun Shop is right there. Alligator Reef is right there. Harvest Time Kitchen's right there. Genesis Boutique is right there. So typically you can find some spots down here. You might think it's a long walk, but it's really not. The Henniger is right here behind me, Highline, the post office, and then you're in the heart of downtown Melbourne. So it's really not that far of a walk. If it's raining, that's a whole different thing. Bring an umbrella, whatever. But typically you're not going to be down here when it's raining. Anyway, so this part of downtown, usually there's some parking, so take advantage of it. Now we're going to go check out the Highline because that is a lot that you might not know about. All right, our next stop this morning is right behind the Highline apartment building that is on New Haven Avenue. But on Melbourne Avenue, you have an entrance to their parking lot, and there's a huge amount of public parking spaces right here behind the apartment complex. Again, free. There's, I don't know the exact number, but there's several dozen spots out here, and it's just to the west of like the heart and soul of downtown, right behind the Henniger and again the Highline. If you're looking to go get some Mr. 10 or 01 Extraordinary Pizza, it's literally right behind the restaurant. So this is one of those spots that you might not know about, and it's super easy walking distance away from anywhere you're wanting to go in downtown. So take advantage of the parking lot right here behind the Highline apartment building on Melbourne Avenue. All right, now we're down at the east end of downtown, between Melbourne Avenue and Crane Creek and New Haven Avenue, and Helen Blazes on the other side of that. And there's a huge lot down here, well over 100 spots, easy to get to. There's only one little section that you want to stay away from because there's a couple potholes over there, and you don't want your car going through that. At night, there's lights. It is lit. I understand that some people don't want to come down here because it's dark, but it's okay. Plenty of spots, super safe. Again, you're at the east end of downtown. You do have to cross the railroad tracks, but we don't need to get into how to safely cross railroad tracks, do we? So, no, we don't. One thing that is missing down here now, and there is parking along Melbourne Avenue on Crane Creek, so you can park there. But one thing that's gone is, you can't really see it because I think I have the camera just on the car, but just to my right, there's that little ramp road that went down from, or it still is there, from New Haven down to Melbourne Ave. And since they started working on the tracks, that's been closed off. And again, that was another easily 30 spots for parking that's gone. But you're rarely going to find this lot full. So again, if you're looking for parking in downtown Melbourne, there's plenty. Now we have one more spot to go, and you can probably guess which spot that is. So I'm going to get over there and so we can go there because I've never actually been to it. So let's go check it out together. So this is when you do not cross the tracks. And you can hear the Brightline train. That engineer is just honking his horn saying, please, 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 don't get on the tracks. Don't try and run them. There it goes. And that's how fast it's over. All right, so this is the last spot that I want to highlight for parking in downtown Melbourne. You can probably guess where I'm at, and it's on top of the parking garage at the east end of downtown, between the railroad tracks and City Hall on Strawbridge. Funny thing is, since I've been up here for about 10 minutes now, trying to get this clip done, I've had a Brightline train going north and a Brightline train going south that I've had to stop recording and start over. So, but you know when to cross the railroad tracks, and they're not always coming through. You're okay. You can cross them. So there's two concerns that people seem to have about the parking garage specifically. One is crossing Strawbridge. So since I've been up here, there's nobody doing it right now. But since I've been up here, there's been a couple dozen people crossing Strawbridge. There is a crosswalk, a very wide crosswalk with blinky yellow lights when you push the button. So I will say, just like with any crosswalk, you push the button, the lights start blinking. That tells traffic that there's somebody crossing. That doesn't mean run across the road as soon as you push that button and those lights start blinking. Give people a chance to stop. Somebody may not be paying attention, and it doesn't matter if they ran through those lights and you got smushed. You got smushed. So just wait for everybody to stop, cross. There's plenty of time. That's definitely shouldn't be a concern for most people. I mean, even if you're in a wheelchair or you're in a walker or you have crutches or a cane, you have time to cross Strawbridge. And if people see you and they've already stopped, they're going to wait for you to cross. So the other thing is parking in the parking garage itself. So, since it's been built, you've had people that, for good reasons at times, that don't feel necessarily safe in the garage, walking down the steps or whatever, because you may have a homeless person or somebody in there. Now, on Fridays and Saturdays, there is actually an attendant, and I apologize for the wind. It's just getting super windy. It wasn't when I got here, but it is now. So there is an attendant Friday and Saturday nights, and there's cameras all over. Again, that's not going to make everybody feel safe about coming here, but lots of people park here. It's free. It's another option. If you don't like parking in the garage, I've shown you other options here in this video that you can park at. So, and actually, this is my first time coming to the parking garage. I've just never had to. I've always been able to find spots. So the top level, there's a lot of big green signs say reserved parking for Hotel Melbourne. So don't park up here. I don't know what would happen if you did and you're not staying there. So just do yourself a favor, park on one of the other 4 levels or out in the lot in front or in one of the other spots that I've talked about. That's really it. The only thing I want to touch on at the end of this is there's a lot of private lots in downtown Melbourne. I'm looking at several. Now, some of them, there's parking for those businesses when they're open. And they'll tell you, like Main Street Pub, I know they have a lot behind their building that you can park at if you're going there. If you see a lot and it says don't park here, your car may get towed, don't park there. Because if you park there and your car gets towed, it's not the fault of the person that put the sign there, it's your fault for parking there. I know this is going to start a discussion, and I will probably repost this over time. It'll be on our YouTube page. Follow us on YouTube, so you can always see it. But the fact is, there is parking in downtown. You may need to walk a little bit. You may not be able to park right in front of that business that you want to go to, but it's good to get out and walk, get some steps in. We're all supposed to be getting some more steps in. The only other thing that I want to touch base on, and I really don't know an answer for it, is handicap parking. So I believe there are some handicap spots in downtown. It would be nice if there were more for people that need help getting out of their vehicle, they need time or whatever. But that really wouldn't be along New Haven because of the traffic, and it's just really tight down there. I don't know the answer to that. That is something that I'm assuming the city would have to take up. But yes, handicap parking, there's not a lot of it down here, and that is something that I guess could be looked at. But where would you do it? Because again, the spots I've shown you, sure, you can put handicap spots there, but then the person in the wheelchair or whatever, or the scooter, they're going to have a ways to go to get to where they're going, and that's not as easy as somebody like you or I that don't have to utilize those. Knock on wood, knock on concrete that I don't have to for a long time. So that is something. And I appreciate everybody for watching this video. It was just something I thought needed to be addressed, and hopefully everybody's civil about their comments. So y'all have a great day.